Dominic, as he said, just came to my house, and I had seen 2 of the first series that Dominic had done. I'm a huge fan of Samantha Morton. I just think she's an extraordinary actress, because she just doesn't hold back, and I do believe that is what acting is. It's about being. It's not really about acting, and because that is what acting has always meant to me, I knew that if I was going to work with Dominic, that's what the experience would become, that we would become these people, and we would create a story that would go right into people's homes and would hopefully, I think, provide a space for people to perhaps see themselves or feel heard, or at least ignite debate. And when we started talking about the issue of addiction to phones and social media, it very quickly became a much bigger conversation. And we almost sat there looking at each other going, fuck, if we do this, my God, we could, if we're doing it, we're really doing it. So as you see from the film, we cover absolutely all of it. We go into all of it, from the self-harm to the obsessive compulsive disorder, to the eating things, to the phone addiction, because being a teenager now, certainly being a teenage girl, perhaps more than a boy, but for different reasons, the eating issues almost feel like that's just basic, that's unavoidable. And I will often say to friends of mine who have children who are younger than my daughter Mia is now 23, believe it or not, but I will often say to them, forget the eating issues. That's like the last thing you need to worry about. Like, just expect that. Having conversations with mothers of young children where they will just immediately start to say to me, but how do you do it? And what did you do? I didn't have a rule book, a magic wand. I did the same thing, Parenting is making it up as you go along, and occasionally phoning a friend if you've got the courage to, because this was the other thing that we found quite quickly as soon as we started talking about what we wanted to do with our story. The number of parents we spoke to who couldn't talk about what they were going through because they absolutely believed that they had done it, that it was them. So there's this weird shame. Parents, you can't give your children a mental health disorder. And I didn't know that until going through the process of making the film and learning that and realizing so many people would come to me and say, I thought I'd done it. I thought it was me. I thought it was the things I'd said. I thought it was because I noticed that she'd probably been having too much bread and I made a stupid comment and then she stopped eating, and that, the stress that would come, and it would just keep coming. And it still does. I mean, I have so many people. Just the other day, dropping my son at school, and a mother who I don't know at all, who has a child in a different class, came to me and said, I just wanted to introduce myself, Kate, and I saw I Am Ruth, and I've only just seen it because I was too scared to watch it, because I knew it was going to make me think of all the things that I know I did wrong, and I'm just standing in the car park at drop-off, and it just comes, and that's why we wanted to make the film, was so that it did become that space for people to just let it all come out. And that's why Green Hub and Parent Hub is so wonderful, because you are doing exactly that. Not just holding the emotional space, but giving the green space, the open space, that space that is free of judgment. And that is what I think for parents in particular, because it's just as hard for the parents as it is for the children who are experiencing the isolation and the hell themselves.